In this tutorial, we're going to introduce you to keyframes. Keyframes are a way of managing how your effects are applied over time. This can lead to animation, blurs increasing or decreasing, and your color grading choices coming in over time or disappearing over time. So what we're going to do is animate this piece of text here. So I have that text selected. It's dark grey here. I'm going to Effects Controls, and I'm going to open up Motion. Now notice here we've got a mini version of our timeline. If you can't see it, look for this arrow here to reveal the mini version of the timeline. I'm going to put my cursor towards the beginning. Now the first problem we've got here, because there's a transition applied, I can't see the text, so I'm actually going to click on the transition and delete that. We can always apply it again later. Click back on the title area in the timeline. We have these parameters back again. So the first thing we must do is turn on the keyframes at the point at which we want things to begin. So I want this animation to start at the very beginning, so the cursor's all the way to the start. And click on this stopwatch icon here on position and scale. They're the two parameters I'm going to use. Notice these two dots or keyframes have appeared in the timeline. Now, what I'd like to happen is for this to grow on screen. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the right-handed position and drag that across so it's more central. I'm going to drag the scale to the left to make it quite small. That's actually moved it down, so I'll bring it up again so it's a little more central. So it's very small. Now the next thing that we do is put our cursor at the point at which we want the animation to have finished. So I want it to be at full size here. Now what I'm going to do is actually just change the parameter. So I'm going to left click on scale, increase it to it's about the size I want, and then actually bring it down. Now notice this time it's automatically made keyframes for us. Now the program works out the rest of the moves. So if we shuttle through there, we can see that that is now animated and grows before fading out. If we want this process to occur quicker, we need to move these keyframes closer to each other. So I'm going to left click and wrap around those two keyframes and draw them across. So this time the text increases over a shorter period of time, essentially zooming in a little quicker. So there we go. That's how to do some basic keyframes.